Hello guys, it's me, Cardplayadude21, and I asked you guys on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Memes page to ask me questions, and this is the video I promised y'all I would do. If you don't believe me, here's the giant list of questions. Giant list of questions. Giant list of questions. Giant list of questions. I do think we can get through all of them in one video, so I have no idea how long this video is going to be. So let's try and knock it out as quick as possible. Alright, first question is, do you think one day Konami would unban everything and watch the world burn? They're not stupid. They're not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. They don't make stupid decisions that's going to fuck everybody. Don't ask me to elaborate, that's just what I think. So, second question is, actually I'm gonna bring the camera over here because my arm's getting a little tired. Second question is, what in your opinion is the best TCG era for Yu-Gi-Oh? Probably when Synchros first came out, because I like Synchros a whole lot. And if you think about it, Synchros were the exceeds. Like, everybody thought that because they came out, they were gonna break the game because they were easy to get out, and blah 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 blah, and no one cares. So, like, seriously, when Synchros came out. Why do people get butthurt when I beat them not running the meta? Example, Hazy Flame or maybe other rogue decks. Well, it's because they want to win at everything, and when your Karibo Turbo OTK deck just runs over the Elemental Dragons, yeah, it's a problem for them, and then they don't know what to do with their life, so then they start taking up drugs, and then they start taking up bath salts, and they start off by eating people's faces. So that's a plus. You've essentially ruined their life. Good for you. That's totally a life goal. Oh boy. If you could unban a single card for limited play, what would it be and why? If I could unban a single card, well, in all honesty, Pot of Greed. It's a free +2. And still questions. But yeah, it's a +2, and who doesn't want +2s? I mean, like, every game, every legitimate card game has, like, a card where you can draw 2 cards. I know there's one in Vanguard. There's probably one in Magic the Gathering. Pokemon, I haven't played that much. Sorry! What got you interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! To begin with? I'm probably going to give you the most, mundane, 1,000 used over times answer. The original show. I watched the original show and I was like, oh my god, I want to play that because the monsters are cool. And yeah, the monsters are cool. And then Blue Eyes was a thing, so I was like, oh my god, I want the Blue Eyes card because it's so powerful. And that was back when 3000 attack was amazing. That was back when you could summon Blue Eyes and just win the duel just because you have Blue Eyes. Or you would just win the duel because you are awesome and you wielded a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Because it's a legendary engine of powerful destruction, and only few have lived to tell the tale. That's the text written on the card, I think. But yeah, the show, and then I was kind of disappointed when I summoned my cards and, like, they didn't do anything. Like, I expected giant monsters, but that didn't happen. Boo-hoo. Anyway, you have to fuck one of them and survive. Choose wisely. Dark Arm Dragon, Mermail Abyss Bob Blaine, I don't know. Karibo. Very interesting question. Dark Armed has a lot of nails and spikes and swords on him, so no. I have no idea what the Mermail Abyss thing is, so let's look it up. Okay, we're gonna go on an adventure. Going on an adventure on the computer. Because the internet's awesome. I suck at making songs up on the spot. So, here's Google. And then we're going to put in that. And then we'll go to images. Oh! That's a whale. I see. He has a giant hammer. And everybody knows what Karibo is. So, which one would I fuck? This is a hard one. Not Dark Arm Dragon. Definitely not Dark Arm. That's just horrible. This is probably the toughest question I've had to answer in my life. Probably Karibo. Because this is hard. Yeah, probably Karibo. Because Karibo's a furball. And fucking furballs is wonderful. Okay. Next is, I like all of these questions. I really expected stuff like, what does your mom's asshole taste like? It's not really a question. Is there a place for non-meta decks in the current game? And do you think a non-meta deck could top at a tournament in the current format? Non-meta decks, the thing is with non-meta decks, the only reason they're not meta is because they have a flaw that the other decks don't have. Case in point, Mermails. Like, they used to be the top tier deck and win everything. And then Elemental Dragons came along, and then, because usually when you play with Mermails, you have to set up sometimes, and you have to wait. So with Elemental Drag, bam, 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 your turn's over and you're set up. So it's really about speed. But do I think a non-meta deck can top in a tournament? I mean, sure, it's happened before, and most likely it'll happen again. I mean, Frog Monarch's top. That's not a meta deck at all. But you know, if a non-tier deck starts qualifying and getting into the top spot, it's probably become a top-tier deck just because of all the bandwagoners in Yu-Gi-Oh! Who are too lazy to make up decks for themselves. So, do you think every single number card will come out? Probably. Just for, like, collectors. I mean, like, Konami may do that because they know there's a collection factor there, but I think so. I hope so. Do you think Madolches can be good now with the addition to Fruitcake? Sure. I haven't really played Madolches that much, but I do think from what I've seen and what I've played against, I do think with that card, I think, yeah, they can be good. So, plus they're so cute, and there's food, and yeah, I'm fat, so there's food. That's the only reason why I like that hot stuff. It's because I weigh 5,000 pounds. That I love the archetype. Just. Will your answer to this question be no? Yes. When do you think Utopia will finally get a reprint? You know, with Utopia, I'm going to say that I don't see the need for... It should get reprinted in, like, every set. Like, it should have its own set where Utopia is just it. Common Utopia, Starfoil Utopia, Rare Utopia, Ultra Utopia, Secret Utopia, just all Utopia. Nothing else. And it's going to be called, the set is going to be called number 39, King Hope. Even though the English translation is Utopia. If the number 2 pencil is most popular, why is it still number 2? Well, because the number 1 pencil is a pen. How can my feet smell if they don't have a nose? Because, logic. If you throw a kitten out of a moving car, that would be considered a kitty litter. Yes. So then, I would assume that other kitties would then proceed to shit on that kitty. Because it is, in fact, kitty litter. So, everybody wins. Does your mom know you're gay? Is there skill involved with Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, or is it all just out of the cards? Depending on what deck you're playing, really. With elemental dragons, there's a little skill. You can't be a dumbass when you play elemental dragons. Like, again, mermaids. If you're really good, deck's really good. If you suck at Yu-Gi-Oh and should go in a well and die, then the deck's not going to be good. But I think that kind of goes with every deck, if you think about it. Will Konami ever reprint frogs as hollows, like Dupe Frog, Poison Draw Frog, Swap Frog, and Rodent Totem? Well, if they ever make a frog archetype, that's good, that everybody wants to play, probably. What would you do if you pulled a Dragosack? My back would hurt. Like, seriously. That would kill my back. I wouldn't be able to walk for like a year. Dragosack weighs 5,000 tons. Not to mention the fact that it's a sack. I would be pulling a sack. Not the greatest thing for my reputation. Why can't Fables keep up with the meta? And if it can, how would you run it? Well, reason Fables can't keep up with the meta, I think personally, because I've played the deck once or twice, is because you ditch your whole hand to get out 2 synchro monsters that are probably Reagan and Librarian, and then if you get torrentialed or solemned, you have no hand and you have nothing to do. So that's kind of a factor. Most overpriced broken deck. Well, at the current moment, E-Dragons or Dragon Rulers. Yeah, probably that. I mean, not that. If you're talking about main deck, most overpriced would probably be Spellbooks. But if we're talking extra deck, definitely Elemental Dragons. How much are my 121 Crimson Sunbirds worth? About 5 cents. Why do oranges have trees, but trees don't have doors? Because, why is your question stupid? Just kidding. There are no stupid questions. Just stupid people. Moving on. How do you play Dragon Rulers correctly? Spam Big Eye and Dragosack. No, but seriously, any way really is the correct way. Because seriously, there's a video that I'm going to feature on my channel later, on Asian Eyes White Dragon's channel, and he gets his girlfriend to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's Elemental Dragons, and she's horrible. And guess what? Spoiler, you don't want to hear it, cover your ears. She wins! I don't know. It's... Okay. What are other competitive decks besides E-Drags, Prophecy, and Evil Swarm to run this format? Well, Heroes. Heroes are good. Rabbit's good. Insectors are good. Any of the old meta decks, actually. But, like, Blackwings, no. Quickdraw, no. Well, I mean, I would. Like, I'm gonna make it my life's mission to make, like, Quickdraw tier 1, but, you know. Constellars or Evil Swarm? Here's how I pull it. Here's how that goes down. If you want to be a dick and make everyone rage at you because you can go Ophion first turn, then you want to play Evil Swarms. If you want to suck and just not spam Ophion, then play Constellars. Since Konami gave recent support to the Blue Eyes, do you think they will give more support to past archetypes such as Dark World, Thunder types, Light Swarms, Aliens, etc.? Well, I think they should give more support to Dark Magician and Red Eyes first. But Dark World is fine. It doesn't need more support. It fucks with your hand too much. So I think that's a fine. It's fine where it's at. Thunder types could use a little more support. Light Swarms, tiny aliens, if they want to be any sort of tier, yeah. Will you buy my 59 Crimson Sunbirds? I know, so too, 69. I'll buy them for free. Why is Yami so damn hot? I don't know. It's the leather jacket. It's totally the leather jacket. It's not the hair. It's not his mad dueling skills that he brings. It's the leather jacket. Are elemental hero fusions a bit overpowered? Well, if they were a bit overpowered, people would be complaining, prices would be skyrocketing, and Konami would probably not do something about it. So there's your answer. Do people even enjoy the game anymore? I play for fun, but it seems like the people I play, the less fun they have. Is it really just about winning now? Which card was more broken on their own, the right arm or the left arm? Whichever hand he, fucking jacks off with the most. Favorite deck from back in the day, 2004-2008, Quick Draw Quasar. Thank you very much. Does MST negate? Yes, it does. Read the card. What archetypes do you feel are underappreciated? Quick Draw Quasar. That's really it. There are no official tag tournaments. That's not a question. What do you know the rules to the official tag tournaments? Read the previous question. That's not a question. How do you feel about Madolches? Can they stand by the top tier decks? Well, if they go first, maybe. I discussed the Madolches. If you can convince your opponent to eat them, you're fine. Oh, that brings up an interesting story. I was playing on DN, and there was this guy. I was playing with Madolches, and he was using the Dark World, and then something happened, and then, Grapha ate the hoot cake, and it gave him diabetes. That was hilarious. What color are blueberries? Gold. Explain the best possible way to use both photon dragons in the most bullshit of events. Does he mean photon and dragons? Well, Red MD can get photon galaxy eyes from the graveyard in hand. Why do you lick balls? Because they taste like cherries. Will you duel me on DevPro? Username is DevilSlayer97. PM me. Username is JasonDoesVegas. Can you send me a deck list of fire of Fire Fist / Kings. What if I had one? If you walked into your room and saw Princess Peach and Goomba lying in your bed, what would you do? Both of them. Do you believe Master Hyperion is overpowered? No. Dark Arm Dragon was overpowered when it was at 3. Best deck that survived the meta for the longest. Why do you buy, and do you buy cards in singles online, or do you buy packs to pull the cards you need? I think about it this way: if there's a card that I want, a specific card, I like to buy mine in singles. I'll buy online like when I can, but I just think you spend less money just to get the card, because okay, let's say you buy a card and it's like $5 and it's in a pack, and say it's, I don't know, super rare, and you can get it for $5. Sure, you can buy the pack for $3 and like get it and possibly get it for $2 cheaper, but if you don't get it, then you have to go out and buy another pack and another pack and another pack until you get it. So I think it's relatively cheaper just to buy the single card, unless it's Draco Sack or Big Eye. Then pull it. Just pull it. Do you think E-Dragons will continue to top, or will people find their showstopper? It's happened before. It'll probably happen again. Because if we don't stop it, Konami might. I put strong emphasis on might. What do you think about the actual meta in the TCG? I'm going to make a video about that later. So, my quickie thoughts: E-Dragons are broken, spellbooks are expensive, and Evil Swarm hurts my deck, so I'm sad. Favorite booster: Starstrike Blast. That's where Tuning came out, Quick Draw, Shooting Star, I think Red Nova. No? Maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. What's your favorite card of all time? Shooting Quasar Dragon. Negates everything. Can attack twice. 8,000. Boom. To your face. Done. Ever play Quacky Muros? Yes. Rock version. Can you duel me on DN? Sure. Username is, exclamation point, quotation, Quasar time, quotation, exclamation point. R. Sure. Most loved banned card. Glow Bulb. Is Pure Fire Fist better than Rabbit Fire Fist? No. So, guys, that concludes the questions. I hope you had the courage to sit through. I don't know how long this video is because I'm still recording it. I hope you had the courage, though, to sit through every minute of it because you love me that much, and I know I love you. So, if you want, submit some comments and questions down in the description bar, and I will see you, my lovely subscribers, in the next video. I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye. Questions?